Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Quick Tip. I'm Chris, and I'm here with Mike. Today, we'll be talking about relinearization. So, relinearization or recalibration is one of those important things that helps to maintain your color stability and consistency over time. Now, there's a few different scenarios that you'll encounter. Maybe you're trying to establish better process control in your print shop, or maybe you're trying to correct a color issue that's related to drift. We'll be covering both cases, but in either case, the process is the same. And if you are not familiar with relining your machines, then you come to the right place because this is a really important thing for overall color stability. Mike, let's get to it.
Let's jump right in. Thank you, Chris. Like you said, for consistency over time, this is critical. So the relinearization option is in your calibration menu, and then density relinearization. So you might do this every week, every 2 weeks, every month. It really depends on your environment, but this is how you do the process. This window pops up for your relin. Make sure you have your correct device selected and you hit print. That will generate a chart that looks something similar to this. And it has all of your channels, CMYK, just like normal, right? It's just like a normal linearization from when the print environment was originally created, except this time we're recalibrating. So once you print it, you go back into your calibration menu and you measure the target, and then you hit OK. And you will get a curve like this that shows your data points. Each of the dots on this curve are the data points, each patch on your chart. And you can see there is a line underneath the cyan line, which is the target. So what you're looking for is for your measurement data to be on the line, or at least very, very close. In this case, you can see it's very, very close, which is great. So this would be more of a maintenance, kind of just keeping it consistent over time, maybe relinearizing every week or two, just to make sure things are accurate over time. Now, if you do a measurement with a relinearization chart and your data points are farther away from the line, kind of like this, that means that something has drifted. Maybe a new print head, new ink, even weather, a lot of factors can affect it. Or if you just haven't linearized in quite a while, which is why you're watching this video.
So don't be alarmed. To Mike's point, we would expect the line to be further away from the target if it's been a very long time since your last relinearization. But this process will establish it back to the original point of calibration.
And my rule of thumb is if your measurement data is more than about a 1/4 inch from the target line, I would do a second relinearization. For instance, if you're doing a relinearization after a year and you haven't done one, you might need to do 2 rounds. So you need to rip a chart, measure it, and apply it, and then rip another new chart and measure it. And then you'll see that the data will be much more accurate
Great
to the line.
advice. Great
Yeah.
advice. And to your point, Mike, we want to make sure everyone knows we're still scanning every chart 2 times. So if you have a bad patch scan, you don't want that to throw everything off. That's why in our process, everything is scanned at least twice, and then you're able to verify that the chart was scanned accurately and correctly throughout the whole thing. So
Exactly. Thank you. So again, in this example, we're a little too far from the line. I would do a second round of the relinearization chart, and then you'll see that your measured data is much more in line with your target, which is what you want. So to finish this out, just like normal, all you do is click next. Once you're looked at your data and you're happy, you hit next and finish, and that will actually apply the measurement to Ergosoft. And what it'll do is if the data is not perfect on the line, Ergosoft will adjust the values. So that way, when you do your second chart, it will be with the new adjusted values.
great. Okay, super high level process overview. You select density relinearization in your calibration menu, print the chart, press it if needed, measure, then measure again. Make sure you don't have any patches that are bad, and just basically hit apply and finish, and you're good. If you're way far off, quarter inch roughly difference between the reference line and the last measurement, you're just going to go through the process a second time. And we get a lot of questions about how frequently you should relinearize. And Mike mentioned this, is that every shop is different. So the best we could say is if you're doing it on a fairly regular basis, you are already putting your shop in a good position. Different machines drift at different rates. High levels of fluctuation in environmental conditions could necessitate more frequent relinearization. But start with, let's say, monthly or even quarterly. If you're doing it, that's good. That's a good thing. There's shops that do it on a daily basis. It might not be the right move for your shop. So as long as you're engaged in the process, then you're implementing good process control, and that's the way to go. So thank you, Mike. Great stuff. Thanks for watching, everyone, and contact us if you have any questions.